I'm at Urban Word, about to interview Mega. So, this is Mega. So, first things first, can you say your whole entire name? Because
my entire name is Mokgethi Thinane.
Mokgethi Thinane?
Mokgethi Thinane.
Mokgethi Thinane, okay. And, like, how did you get the nickname of Mega?
Mega came from a song from Raekwon, who was a member of the Wu-Tang Clan. His first album, Only Built for Cuban Links, is a track, I think the 13th track, it's called Spot Rushers. And there's a lyric where he's like, son had Mega Ice on Chips Ahoy. And when I was like 17, I just liked the way Mega Ice and Chips Ahoy, just the metaphor, Mega Ice, they have like a lot of ice. So originally my name was Mega Ice Marciano, Mega Ice for that line, and Marciano for Rocky Marciano, who was the only undefeated heavyweight champion in boxing history. But after all, I didn't have ice, so I dropped the ice, I just dropped Marciano with it, so now it's just Mega.
Okay. And what's your greatest strength? Like,
I feel like, I was looking at that question in the email, trying to think about how I was going to answer that. I would have to say my greatest strength is my work ethic. I feel like when it comes to a lot of things, I may not be the best skilled, but I'm like probably like one of the hardest workers, and I think that's what gets me through, like, has got me this far in performing arts, not just in poetry or in rap, but just in performing arts. Like, anything that I do, I've done it to the best of my abilities because I've worked hard behind the scenes to get to that point.
Like, how exactly have you worked hard?
I really can't explain the process.
Well, I mean, like, examples maybe, like a few examples.
Editing, in the lab editing, YouTubing, poets, constantly listening to music that inspires me, constantly listening to music that inspires me, and not just as a fan, but as a student. Constantly being a student, I think that's like the biggest thing that ultimately like separates me from a lot of people. I feel like I'm a student at every aspect of this. When I'm on stage, I'm a student trying to just show my work to teachers. Trying to learn. When I rap, I'm a student trying to learn from the greats. So just being a student is definitely like the main part of my process. Okay.
What's your greatest weakness?
My work ethic.
Takes up some of your time.
And it takes up time, but it also like it alienates me from people. You know what I mean? I feel like work ethic only goes so far as like your social commentary in the world. I feel like socially it like separates me and distances me from people that I probably should be getting to know me. Probably have less friends because of it. I don't hang out with a lot of my friends because of my work ethic, because of my drive to be as skilled as possible in performing. So that's also my strength and my weakness, is a gift and a curse.
Okay. And like, how did you get started on poetry, and what did poetry do for you?
I got started on poetry after seeing my friend Ishmael on the 2010 Urban Word Searching. I was always like writing poetry. I didn't like start making pieces for slam until I seen him do that experience, because I was sitting on the 2010 Urban Word practices on High Ground, and I was a song coaching the team, and just seeing Ishmael, who I consider like my brother, just seeing him like go through that entire process was inspiring for me, because I felt like I had a lot of stories in me that I didn't always have to write in a rap form, because I was primarily a rapper. So I felt like spoken word and slam was definitely another outlet for me that I can like easily like adapt to, and just like it would be an easy process for me to like start doing. So after that, after seeing 2010, it was on.
Alright. Like, I know like some people, they might like you said, you don't have that many friends over it and whatnot. So like, has anybody like irritated you to a point where like you couldn't work with them, or like is it hard to work with people like that?
I'd say it's hard to work with people who don't have the same drive I do. It's hard. I mean, that hasn't like necessarily happened, but like just giving you guys a situation, like if our hunger isn't connected, then our chemistry is gonna be off. You know what I mean? Especially like if I'm on a team with you or I'm just doing anything with you, then I feel like there's something about like my fire only a few people have, and I like to see that matched when I collaborate with people. And if that isn't like matched, then there's definitely a disparity in chemistry, there's a disparity in performance, and that's something like I kind of like don't take too lightly. I feel like if I give 110%, you should be trying to give 115, and that's basically my process.
Okay. Well, I'm not trying to be a like real fiend, but like you have amazing type swag when it comes to style. So like, how do you get your fashion sense, and like what is the bow tie gang? Because I remember on Facebook you have a small picture of you and you already had a bow tie. What's that about?
Okay, so my fashion sense comes from my grandfather. Mostly, he's a really like fashionable dude, and I didn't find that out about him until he died. So knowing that about him made me want to like reincarnate him in a sense. So that's where my fashion sense comes from. My bow tie gang is just like a little nickname for like how I guess important bow ties, and relevant I should say is a more correct word for how bow ties have been a part of my life. Like there's like a baby picture my brother sent me where we're all with the family and I'm wearing a bow tie, and it just comes around full circle to me wearing bow ties to this day. And I feel like the bow tie has definitely been more than an accessory to me. I guess there's something about a bow tie that I just cling to. There's something that's more than just like just an item. It's more than an item, I guess.
You say that it's like a part of you now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've been featured in Norican Poets Cafe, in the Bowery, and the Apollo Theater on Broadway at the next Poetry Slam. Like, how does it feel to feature and like be a part of something like